She will just do it.
Yes, sir, we are live now.
Can you
Good
introduce?
evening, all. Yes, I am introducing, sir. Good evening, all. I welcome you all again to the First Scholars PGIMER. For today's session, we are welcoming Dr. KP Ramesha for sharing his thoughts on importance of cow milk in human health. Dr. Ramesha is currently heading the Southern Campus of National Dairy Research Institute, Bengaluru. He has earned his bachelor's and master's in veterinary sciences from Veterinary College, Bengaluru, and PhD from NDRI, Karnal. He worked at different parts of the country in the area of indigenous cows, embryo biotechnology, and livestock genomics. He has successfully completed 22 research projects, guided 10 postgraduates, and 5 PhD scholars. He is an active researcher working in the area of conservation and improvement of indigenous cows, livestock genomics and proteomics, cytogenetics, and IPR issues in livestock sector and guiding research scholars. He has published more than 117 research articles, about 100 scientific and technical publications. He is the recipient of many awards, including Best Veterinarian Award, Best Zoologist Award, Malnad Mitra Award, and Karuna Trust Award, and many more. He is a board member of Karnataka Veterinary Animal and Fishery Sciences University, and Sir is also a panel member on milk and milk products of FASAI. So now I welcome Dr. Ramesha to share his presentation and his thoughts on the topic. So please share the presentation.
नमस्कार, I'm Dr. KP Ramesha. I will be today. आज मैं दूध के बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ. My presentation will be in English. Today I will be talking about importance of photograph. I have put Gandhi ji and Madan Mohan Malviya ji with Jill cow. This photograph was taken during 1927 when Gandhi ji and Madan Mohan Malviya ji visited regularly for 15 days for a training on animal husbandry at our station. At that time, it was known as Imperial Dairy Research Institute. Gandhi ji, in our visitors book, written as farmer and signed in our visitors book on 19/6/1927. And today we are self-sufficient in milk production in our country. We are the #1 producer of milk production in the world. We produce about 22% of the world's milk production. In 1950s, when we got independence, at that time we were producing just 17 million tons of milk. Today we are producing more than 188 million metric tons of milk. Even per capita availability is also more than MCA recommended requirement. It is around 375 grams per day per person. And we have got 50 breeds of cattle, which is distributed across the India, and there are variety of breeds depending on the local environment. We have got milch breeds like Sahiwal, which is generally found in Punjab, Haryana, Rati, Tharparkar, Gir, Rajasthan, Gujarat area we find it, and also Red Sindhi. We have got Kankraj, Haryana, Ongol in Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka border, Dioni in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and also work purpose breeds. Hallikar, last one, which is a very famous breed of Karnataka, and it is also seen in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. Red Kandari, Nagori, Killer, all are work purpose breeds, and these are these are dwarf breeds. Dwarf means very small. Malnad Gidda. I am standing with a bull, that is an adult bull. Another side is a crossbred bull. You can see the difference. Malnad Gidda bulls weigh only 150 kgs, and Vechur cattle from Kerala, Punganur from Andhra Pradesh. These animals' milk have got very high content of lactoferrin, which is an antimicrobial, antiviral substance, which is very, very important during the corona period to boost our immunity. In our country, among the milk production, 26% of the milk comes from crossbreds. Even today, more than 49% milk comes from buffaloes. Indigenous cows produce around 10%. 11% comes from non-descript cattle. They are also desi cattle, and 1% comes from exotic animals. About 3% comes from goat, and non-bovine milk, other species contribute very little. Camel milk also, it is very, very important for the treatment of tuberculosis, and also in diabetes, people consume that one for health benefit purpose. If you see the trend in milk production per cow per day, which was just 6.78 kgs in 2013-14. Today we are 7.95 kg per animal per day in crossbred. Similarly, indigenous cow, Deshi Gai, also increased. It is increased substantially from 2.5 to 3.01 kg per day. And also milk yield, if you see, crossbreds are producing around 7.95 kg per day per cow, whereas goat produces around 0.45 kg, and buffaloes produce 0.62 kg per day per buffalo, and indigenous cow 3.01 kg per cow per day. And cow's milk has been regarded as the nature's perfect food. Today, industrial milk production we are trying to do. If we do industrial milk production, what happens? Concentration goes down, various bioactive peptides reduces. That is the reason we have to concentrate not only about quantity but also about quality. And cow milk or buffalo milk contains about 84 to 85% water, 4.6% lactose, that is the milk sugar, 3.7% triglycerols, that is the milk fat, milk protein, milk peptides are very, very important, minerals, ash, and other miscellaneous substances. Milk contains 6 major proteins that can be classified into two groups: caseins and whey protein. Caseins consist of alpha S1 casein, alpha S2 casein, beta casein. Beta casein is the one, which one, A1 and A2, it is responsible. Afterwards, I will explain that one, kappa casein. And whey proteins are beta lactoglobulin and alpha lactoglobulin. Of the 3.5% milk proteins, approximately 80% are caseins and 20% are whey proteins. Cow milk generally contains about 85% water and another 15% solids. Bovine milk contains 6 major proteins. And nutritional virtues, if you see, nature's perfect food, well balanced and nourishing diet, not only for youngsters but also adult and old aged people. Vital nutrients present in milk are proteins, which is essential for body growth and immunity, fat and lactose for energy, minerals for bone growth, metabolic processes, vitamins, health, amino acids are there. For example, we have a tradition of drinking milk just before sleeping in the night. Sometimes we add a haldi, turmeric. This is a very good habit because milk contains tryptophan, which helps in the release of serotonin. Serotonin helps for good sleep during night. Positive benefits of health, preventive and curative effect, it has got natural health food and functional food, milk. And if you see the therapeutic effects and nutritional effect, the nutritional profile of milk is very, very impressive. Just 1 cup, that is about 244 grams of whole cow's milk contains 146 calorie, protein 8 grams, fat 8 grams, calcium. Calcium is very, very good amount. It is available. 28% of the RDA requirement can be met. Vitamin D, many of us develop joint pains, bone related problems. For that also milk is very, very good. Riboflavin, 26% of the RDA it meets. Vitamin B12 deficiency among ladies, very common. For them also it is highly beneficial. Potassium, 10% of the RDA. Phosphorus, selenium is very, very important for reproduction. That also it contains at a good amount. It includes protein, its derivatives, lactose, its derivatives, lactulose. It is very, very important for smooth bowel movement. And also many minerals and other compounds, bioactive peptides are there. And milk products, flavor and texture, very good. It is delicious and digestive, nutritive and health promoting, a source of food and medicine. Wide variety and vast choice of milk and milk products are available. Many traditional foods are available. Dharwad Peda is very famous in Dharwad area. Orissa Podo is very famous. Similarly, paneer, many other products are there. Quality and safety is very, very important. Indispensable food in well-balanced diet for young and adults. And if you see grass composition, major components of milk, cow milk, if you see it contains fat 3 to 4.5%, and human milk also contains about 3 to mother's milk 3 to 3.5% fat, and buffalo milk contains very high amount of fat 7 to 8.5, sometimes 10%. Even the fat globule size also in buffaloes it is quite high. In case of goat milk and indigenous cow's milk, fat globule size is very less. That is the reason it is more beneficial. Protein content in human milk it is 1.9 to 2%, which is required for the child, whereas as milk, donkey milk also 2.5 to 1.7, carbohydrate 6.5 to 7% in human milk, bovine milk, bovine means cattle and buffalo milk, it is around 4.7 to 5%. And donkey milk also 6 to 6.5%. And minerals, it is very high in cow and buffalo milk, 0.7 to 0.77. And in case of human milk, it is 0.2 to 0.21. This is human milk is aimed towards growth of young one, whereas other cows and buffalo milk is consumed by not only young but also adult and old age people. SNF, that is solid not fat, also 8.5 to 8.7 in case of cows. Buffaloes, it is little higher. Energy, if you consider, so 100 gram use about 68 kcal, and buffalo milk gives quite high because it contains high fat. Milk proteins with most of the essential amino acid it has got. Protein isolized milk to prevent allergy because of beta lactoglobulin. Sometimes it is used whey protein concentrate for muscle growth. Lactose hydrolyzed milk is also being available for those who have got very few percentage of the population has got lactose intolerance. Casein phosphopeptide for higher absorption of calcium and to strengthen bones. It is very important for human health. Colostrum is very important. It contains immunoglobulin, lysozyme, lactoferrin, immunoglobulin. These are the immune boosting substances in the milk and colostrum. Colostrum is the first milk after calving. In case of cows, it is produces for 3 days. Milk contains fat, protein, vitamins, and its product like dahi, curds, ghee, cheese, fermented milk, lactic, probiotics, prebiotics are available. Milk and milk products are also used as a carrier of probiotics and prebiotics. It is an immunomodulatory substance. It has got antimicrobial, antioxidant, anticarcinogenic, opioid, and hypertensive, anti-hypertensive. It is good for those BP also. Mineral absorption, weight reducing effect it has got. Major constituents of milk, if you see, water, lipid, protein, carbohydrate, minerals. Minor ones, they are very important. Vitamins, pigments, enzymes, dissolved gases, miscellaneous substances are available. Bioactive peptides are functional peptides. They are helpful for digestive process, fermented, controlled enzymatic hydrolysis. Functions also many beneficial functions they have got. Beta carotene, it is an antioxidant. It is very good for good health of the eye. Tocopherol, antioxidant. Conjugated with CLA content, it is very important. It is an anti-carcinogenic and reduces abdominal fat, lowers insulin resistance, and enhances immune system. Short chain and medium chain fatty acid directly absorbed in the blood, so milk cholesterol is not harmful to the human body. Milk proteins are of excellent quality. It has got essential amino acids. It is the only thing which provides essential amino acid for the diet of vegetarians. Mineral absorption, it helps. Immune function, antimicrobial, anti-carcinogenic property. Some people, very few people have got milk allergy, but very rare. Caseins, I have told already, whey proteins are casein, but lactoferrin, lysozyme, and immunoglobulins have got immune boosting properties. Bioactive peptides, already as I mentioned, are the specific protein fragment that in addition to nutrition value also exert as pharmacological molecule. Bioactive peptides usually contain 3 to 20 amino acid residues per molecule. At present, milk protein, casein, and whey proteins are the most important source of bioactive peptides. Anti-hypertensive peptide sequences have been identified from milk. Milk bioactive peptides influence anti-functional processes such as behavior, gastrointestinal, immunological, neurological problems. Also, it can help nutritional responses. Bioactive peptides are constituents of primary amino acid sequences inside the complex structure of milk, generated in vivo through gastrointestinal proteases. Uh, Cow or buffalo, it has got four stomach, that is rumen, reticulum, omasum, apomasum. That is the reason it eats grass and gives amrita. Possesses hormone-like properties and influence biological responses. Produced in vitro by enzymatic hydrolysis and fermentation of milk. Fermented products like dahi, yogurt, they are very, very good for health. Influence of multifunctional biological processes such as behavior and other things. The bioactive peptides for milk have wide range of functions such as opioid, casein, different type, anti-hypertensive, alpha S1 casein, which is available in milk, beta casein, alpha lactalbumin, beta lactalbumin, and antibiotic properties, antimicrobial substances, lactoferrin, probiotic, prebiotics are available, antithrombic property, capsaicin has got immunomodulation property, mineral binding property, and these are the bioactive peptides from beta casein, alpha S1 casein, kappa casein. There are many bioactive substances in milk. Whey proteins are rich in essential amino acid like lysine and sulfur containing amino acids, cysteine and cysteine. Very, very important. The whey protein hydrolysates are found to aid digestion and absorption, rendering them particularly suitable for infant formula, health drink, geriatric foods. That is the reason infant formula nowadays many people are using indigenous cow's milk, which is more in case of indigenous cow's milk. Besides its high nutritional value, the whey protein peptides have been shown to possess ACE inhibitory activity and reduce heart rate and blood pressure. You might have seen in the recent WhatsApp and some newspaper cutting, cow cuddling. If you mingle with cows and patting the cows, it is likely to reduce the heartbeat and it helps controlling BP. That is what the newspaper and WhatsApp message, which is yet to be confirmed by research. Characteristic, lactose is the characteristic milk sugar. It helps in mineral absorption, calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, prevent intestinal microbial infection, promote growth of beneficial bacteria. It has got low glycemic index. That is the reason it is beneficial. Lactulose, soluble fiber, galactose, essential for brain development. And lactoferrin also very, very essential for neuron development. Lactose, fermentation product, flavor, acidity, health promotion. Lactose intolerance, very few people have got, but with normal level of milk consumption, it should not be a great problem. Milk of all species contain variable concentration of oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides in milk comprises 3 to 10 monosaccharides. Branched contains lactose, sucrose, galactosamines, and other substances. Oligosaccharide in human milk amounts to 5 to 16 gram per liter. Goat milk has got remarkably high and great oligosaccharide content, followed by buffalo milk, then cow milk, and then sheep milk, which is also beneficial. Average diameter of milk fat globulins varies depending on the species. For example, largest milk fat globule, buffalo milk, it is not that much beneficial, whereas small milk fat globule, camel milk, goat milk, and I told about dwarf cows like Malnad Gidda, their fat globule size is very small. That has got more beneficial effect. Camel and goat milk at globule do not naturally aggregate upon cooling because they lack agglutination for the aggregation of fat globules in the cow milk. Variation in TGL content, that is total lipid, cow, sheep, and human milk 97 to 98, buffalo milk 95% TGL, horse and donkey milk is 80 to 85%, rest being free fatty acids 9.95% and phospholipid 5 to 10%. Vitamin CLA, conjugated linolenic acid, very, very important for good health of the heart. Ruminant 15 to 20%. Ruminant means cattle and buffalo milk. Non-ruminant, it is absent. Short chain fatty acid, ruminant milk contains a much higher percentage of short chain fatty acid. It is also very good for health. And butyric acid is absent in all milk. Palatability of dairy foods is due to the fat
So,
it contains.
hello,
Yes,
excuse me, sir. So we have
yes,
5 minutes more.
okay. Then
Yes, sir.
fat, it is a flavor, taste, texture. It gives source of energy, unique fatty acid composition. Saturated fatty acid, 65% of the milk fat, which is very good. Unsaturated is not that good. That is 35%. Milk fat is not that bad. And if you see short chain fatty acids and medium chain, and 42% is long chain fatty acids, which are beneficial. And the non-bovine mammals, if you see, along with cow and buffalo, I have compared different species. Cholesterol level, it is cholesterol of milk is not bad for health. That is what I wanted to convey. Short and medium chain fatty acids, which are beneficial, they are low energy value. Milk fat doesn't add that much energy because they are low energy. Biodehydrogenation of unsaturated fatty acid of the feed in the rumen, and threshold 0.5 gram per serving, that is US FDA, but we will be able to give you a less, much less. That is the reason. And major CLA in milk fat, it is very, very good for health. CLA is anti-carcinogenic, anti-diabetic, bone formation it helps, anti-atheroscleric, immunomodulation. And I don't have much time. Milk minerals, calcium, it is a very good source of calcium. Bone growth, it is very, very recommended daily allowance of calcium is 800 mg. 660 ml of milk will meet that one. And also minerals in milk, potassium also very quite high in case of horse, donkey milk. And milk vitamins, 12 water soluble and 4 fat soluble vitamins are present. Excellent source of vitamin A, which is very essential for eye. Vitamin E for reproduction, it is there. Vitamin B12 is very, very important. C and D also quite high. This is the, we have got various amino acids. It is a very high source of amino acids also. And milk source of dietary cholesterol. It is required. Milk, cholesterol is required. It is not bad. I have got few slides, but cholesterol in various foods, if you see, cow's milk doesn't give much cholesterol, and fatty acids which is present, and cholesterol which is not bad for health. Indigenous cow's milk is superior. It produces A2 milk. CLA content is very high. Saturated fat is low, which is good for health. Case in omega-3 and 6 ratio is also 1:1, and vitamin D for bone growth very high. Carotenoids, which is the precursor of vitamin D, is vitamin A is high. Antibiotic residues is less. Lactoferrin content high. Somatic cell count. Similarly, A1 and A2. What is A1 and A2? Only one difference is there. One amino acid at 67th position of beta casein, but it can cause various side effects. And mineral content is also quite high. It is also beneficial for the human health. Camel milk, which is used for even many people take for diabetic control and also TB also. Many studies are also indicates. Donkey's milk, it is also used as a beauty purpose also, and also for therapeutic purpose. It also has got very high source of lysosine. And dairy foods and probiotic, it is a good combination. Milk and milk products are used as a vehicle for probiotics. Cholesterol in food is not bad, and it is a good source of calcium, potassium, magnesium, caseins, whey protein, bioactive peptides. And the animal studies have already shown these are the beneficial effect. Osteoporosis, it reduces because calcium, and other things are also, many other things are there. And I don't have much time, but in the corona period, I can say lactoferrin, lysosine, lactoferroxidase, tapacacin, and immunoglobulin help to boost our immunity, and fatty acids are also very good, and amino acids are much helpful. And bioactive peptides have got many activities. Anti-hypertensive, That means reduce the BP, antioxidative, antithrombotic, anti-cholesterolemic, opioid. It helps in inducing good sleep, mineral binding, anti-appetizing, antimicrobial, immunomodulatory, cytomodulatory property, and it helps in nervous system growth of the neurons at kids because of lactoferrin content and many other substances in milk. It helps in digestive system because free movement of the bowel and immune system. It helps. With that remark, milk is a highly nutritious, perfect food for not only for the child but also an adult and old age. We have to take with sufficient quantity, which can help us. And with this remark, I want to thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity. I have only given us the glimpses of the nutritional property and health benefit of milk, but it has got thousands of benefits, and peptides present in the milk are highly useful, and milk contains various bioactive peptides which helps in immune boosting. Milk contains lactoferrin, lysozyme, immunoglobulin, which are highly helpful improve our immunity and our ability to fight virus, bacteria, etc. With that remark, milk consumption is very, very beneficial to human health. Thank you, the organizers. I am willing to take questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful presentation. So please unshare the slides. So we have a question from Facebook. It's saying that, is there any difference between desi cow and hybrid cows in terms of milk produced by them?
The conjugated linoleic acid content is very high in case of indigenous cow's milk as compared to exotic cows. I have put one table also, but due to paucity of time, I could not explain. And deshi cow milk, generally indigenous cow's milk is A2 type of casein typing. Exotic cows, both A1 and A2. The difference I have already told. In A1, histidine is there, and proline and histidine difference at 67th position. And if it is broken, in A1 milk produces BCM6, which is opioid activity it has got. That is the problem. As animal studies have shown, there is a controversial subject. This one, some scientists have reported it doesn't have much problem, but some others have reported it can predispose for diabetes, atherosclerosis, and other heart diseases, and even digestive tract problems. And also, indigenous cow's milk has got more vitamin A precursor. Carotenoids are very high. And also, indigenous cows, always they go and stay in the sun. That is the reason their milk contains vitamin D precursors more, vitamin D, which is very helpful for the bone. Generally, they contain more nutrition, but their quantity of production is less as compared to exotic cows.
So, sir, which milk should be the more preferable one, A1 type or A2 type?
Actually, based on these some studies, A2 milk is very good, that deshi cow's milk, but A1 milk doesn't have any side effect. That's what majority of the scientists are predicting. But some studies say A1 milk, particularly in young children and those who are suffering from certain chronic diseases, it may cause adverse effect, but not in general. That is the, as on today, it is a controversial subject, but A2 is highly beneficial, and our deshi cow, buffalo, goat, sheep, human milk, everything is A2 type. Only exotic cows, that too only small proportion is of A1 type.
Okay, sir. So I have a question that there's a disease, mainly lactose intolerance, that you talked in a presentation also. So the people who has osteoporosis, so are they at more, who have lactose intolerance, are they at more risk of getting osteoporosis?
Because lactose intolerance means normally they don't consume milk. And because of that one, they don't consume, and they don't get calcium.
Despite having lactose
Tolerance or
tolerance,
intolerance, sir?
Lactose intolerance.
Madam, intolerance. Okay.
Yes, sir. If the person has
Those who have
lac-
got, please continue.
yes, sir. If the person has lactose intolerance, but the person doesn't know about it, and the person is consuming milk, in that case, is that person is at more risk of getting osteoporosis after consuming milk also?
Actually, lactose intolerant person generally come to either allergic or digestive tract disorders, something or the other comes. So lactose intolerant persons immediately within few weeks will come to know that he has got some allergic problem or some problem. That is the reason generally they stop it. But it is very rare, and also osteoporosis will be more in case of lactose intolerant people because they don't consume milk afterward, particularly vegetarians. They don't get
Yes.
calcium source, other alternative sources. Non-vegetarians, there are other sources. For vegetarians, recommended requirement will not be met. So chances of predisposing to osteoporosis is clear.
Okay. So, one more question is there. That what do you like to comment on vegan diet?
Which
Uh,
one?
Vegan diet, sir. A lot many people are
Please
shifting
repeat.
towards vegan diet. A lot many people are shifting towards vegan diet. So, what do you like to
Okay,
comment on
okay.
that?
Actually, milk should be consumed. We are taking milk from thousands of years. Our elders, ancestors, milk is a perfect food. I don't have any comment, but only thing is, if is the one which consumes highest water for producing, it takes about 18 to 19,000 liters of milk water to produce 1 kg of beef. If you want to go for non-vegetarian diet, if you go for poultry, it takes only around 7 to 8,000 liters of water. Ours is a water scarce country. For example, milk production around 1,500 liters per liter of milk. Similarly, paddy it takes around 2,000, which is higher. Tuber crops, if you take, it takes hardly 600 liters. Our country has got only 0.4% of the land, 4.2% of the water, but we harbor 17% of the human population, 11% of the livestock population. Under those circumstances, water is a very, very scarce commodity, environment point of view, everything one can decide accordingly.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for the elaborate talk. And now we would like to we'll meet on the next session, which will be tomorrow. Thank you so much, sir, for the talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you all the viewers. Okay, then bye. I'm leaving.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you all the organizers.